For those of you that don't know me, John Coburn's my name. I'm President for the Oceania Muay Thai Federation. I should make a point of the date. It's the 3rd of July 2009. The Oceania Muay Thai Federation, the OMF, has just been granted what they call National Sporting Organisation status by the Australian Sports Commission. Now that means we're now in the same boat as Cricket Australia, Tennis Australia. That is, we're recognised as the peak body for the sport of Muay Thai by the Australian Sports Commission. Now this means we're also recognised by the Australian Government. This is peak body for Muay Thai, the various state governments, territory governments and local government. Now this of itself then means we have access to funding through the various entities. Now, let's not get too excited about money too quick. What we need to now do is to sort of come to terms with the fact that we are the controlling body for the sport. If government wants to speak to Muay Thai, it will come to us. It doesn't go to commercial operators. It will come to the Oceania Muay Thai Federation for our views about Muay Thai in Australia. Now, this is an important step because it differentiates us from the concept of being a sanctioning body. That's one of the aspects we are, that of a sanctioning body, and that's obviously very important for running major promotions and for the athletes to have something to strive for, and also for the public to identify with us. But it also means now we're part of mainstream Australian sport, and that's fantastic for us. Now, we've had the Arafura Games back in May. That was great. Darwin took a shine to us, and Darwin will now be able to be used, the Arafura Games in Darwin will now be able to be used as a major event for Australian Muay Thai to host international teams, be they from Asia or be they from around the rest of the world. So it's been a great couple of months for Muay Thai. Now, the Australian Sports Commission recognition didn't come without a huge amount of work, and I thank all the people, they know who they are, that assisted with the preparation of our submission. There was probably in excess of 500 man hours required to get the submission together, so I thank all those who were involved. It's been done for recognition. Now the hard work starts to now let us operate as a sport. Now this will mean particularly a focus initially upon our strategic plan and the funding priorities that will come with that. Now that for mine is directed mainly at our coaching, our technique production type DVDs we might want to put together, and offering opportunities for the sport at a junior level and also in the regional levels. Now all that will come together in terms of our strategic plan. We're having a meeting following our annual general meeting next month, whereby the state presidents and our national executive will come together to basically think tank and organise what will be our priorities for the next year. But having said that, we've a lot of work to do, but it's all good. It's all the good stuff that comes with the recognition through the Australian Sports Commission. Now we're also responsible as part of that. We've already spoken at some length before about WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency, and it's a body in Australia, the ASADA, the Australian Sports Anti-Doping Agency. Our athletes will be expected to make themselves available for doping tests. This typically is in the form of urine tests. Now that can be at competition and it can be out of competition, so it's very important that everyone understands that with getting national recognition also comes many responsibilities, and at an athlete's point of view and at the coach's point of view, that is, at that level, that means that we ensure that our sport is drug free. Now almost everyone in our sport is drug free, but it's a question of making sure that those that may have erred in the past know that if they ever err in the future, the drug testing will most likely catch them. So we don't want that to happen. We want to conduct our sport drug-free for the future. Now, as part of the immediate future, we'll start some education programs about what NSO status will mean. Now we'll have them through regular update emails to the gyms, and also as some video uptakes through the website. But for those who want to see generally how it works, please have a look at the Australian Sports Commission website. You'll see ourselves there listed as an NSO, National Sporting Organisation, so it's very, very good. Now it'll be good for our trainers, for those who are wanting to operate commercial gyms. NSO status brings with it the sort of legitimacy and recognition that only sport that is recognised by the Australian Sports Commission can bring. It's very, very important. It's been a lot of work, and people now need to understand it's there for them to use as members of the OMF. It's there for them to use and be proud of. Now, as we go away with overseas teams, the Australian Sports Commission logo will be on our tracksuits, it'll be on our letterheads, and we're even entitled now to make application to use the Australian coat of arms on our various materials. Now that's very important when you see the cricketers grabbing off their baggy green hat and kissing the emblem on the front. That's the Australian coat of arms. It brings with it a very great significance to those involved with sport. So we're looking very much forward to having the right to practice our sport at the highest level, but also in full recognition that we're part of Australian sport. Now for our gyms on the ground, Australian Sports Commission recognition will bring with it the right, for those gyms that are set up as not-for-profits, that'll bring with it the right to apply for funding through their various local councils and state governments as being our representative gym in that area. Now we'll try and get all that sort of material through the website, but it is a question of looking at your local government websites, looking at the state government websites, and then liaising through Kim, our office manager and sports administrator, to see what may or may not be available to you. It's a little bit of a brand new bike, and we're only riding it for the first time, so we'll need to work together to fully understand how we can operate, but it's all great, it's all good news. And I look forward to being able to present some more short videos in the near future to outline what will be involved soon. But please have a look at the Australian Sports Commission website, the state government's Department of Sports websites, and you'll see that we'll now become part and parcel of what's available to mainstream sport in Australia. Good luck.